just be a human, but okay. Okay.
Today is a great day.
Yes, and I was going to try to go tonight to Fred's to grab them just in case there's not any here, because I don't know if the Walmart here is stocked up. It's a composition notebook that looks like this, or it's a spiral. Does anybody have the spiral one? Spiral one. It has to be graph because we graph.
I got mine at Staples.
Yes, they have them at Staples. And if you don't know where Staples is, it's that way.
That way.
All right, pump the brakes. So our learning target today says I can find the distance and midpoint between 2 points. That's what we're going to do. We said at the beginning that distance is always positive because it's the distance you travel from one point to the other. And then midpoint, what's the midpoint?
The middle.
Midpoint in the middle. So we have a distance formula and a midpoint formula. The distance formula, and you're going to need to know them for your test. I don't know, I may give them to you. I think you learned this in like the 7th grade, but just in case. The distance formula is D equals the square root. Now, you use these when you have a coordinate plane. And remember, that's a graph, just in case we forgot what a coordinate plane is. So it's x2 minus x1 quantity squared plus y2 minus y1 quantity squared. Yes? Yes, but it's the distance. So you subtract them and then you square it, and when you square it, that's what makes it positive. Boom, knowledge.
Alright.
Ma'am? I don't think we got the distance formula last year, but you do it in like the 7th and 8th and 6th grade. Yeah. I think we practiced it on some bell ringer problems. Alright, so what we're going to do for the first part is we're going to use this number line. And we're going to find the distance between A and B, C and E, and B and F. So can you tell me how many tick marks are between A and B? How many units does it take to travel it? Okay, let's think about what I just said again. Not just tick marks. How many does it take to travel? So 1, 2, 3. So what's the distance?
3.
That's it. That's it. Isn't it magic? Yes. I got your back, Jack. Now, you only use the distance formula when we have a graph, and that's on our next little foldable that we have. We're going to do one of them together, and I'll let you try one on your own. When it's just a number line, you just count the distance it takes to travel. Is everybody with me? Blessings.
Blessings. Sleep tight.
Let it go. Be Elsa. Alright. So, C to E. How many? What? 1, 2, 3. Look at us go. Man, wasn't that difficult. Can you find B to F without me?
Yes.
Don't yell it out. Find B to F, and then write it down. Did y'all get 8? Look at us go. All right, Gryffindor, y'all can't talk when we start pausing. Y'all can't do it. We got to be quiet and do the work. So did everybody get 8 units? You just count. Now, what if I said, find the distance between A at -4, -7, and B at 6, 3. Would these points be on the coordinate plane or on a number line? Coordinate plane. So if we're doing the coordinate plane, do we use the distance formula? We do. So what I want us to do first is I want us to label this x1, y1, x2, y2. And I want you to do this every single time. x1, y1, x2, y2. Is everybody ready? Do we need a moment? Alright, so what I want you to do is I want you to please, kindly, write the distance formula over again. Who can raise their hand, not scream, and tell me what the distance formula is? Cameron.
Square.
D equals. Okay. Curtis. He's telling me.
Square 2.
No. No. That's an X.
I mean, oh, yeah. X2 minus x1 parentheses
Quantity squared.
squared. How you say it?
Quantity squared. So quantity means the whole thing squared. Well, knowledge.
Alright, plus
Mm-hmm.
parentheses y squared.
Y2.
Y2 minus y1.
Quantity squared.
Minus
Look at you go. Take a point for your team. Now, all you do is plug these numbers in here. Are we ready?
Yes.
Can we handle this?
Yes.
Does anybody need a moment? Alright, what's x2? What's x1? No. What's x1? Negative 4. So it's minus a negative 4 squared plus, what's y2?
3.
What's y1? Is there a difference between negative 7 and 7? A huge difference. Alright, what's 6 minus negative 4? What is 3 minus negative 7? Does everybody see where we got the 10s from?
Yes.
Do we need to pause for a minute? Does anybody want me to walk back through it to get us to this point? Okay. So the first thing we did was we wrote down our distance formula. We labeled our points, and so we plugged in x2 was 6, x1 was negative 4, so it's minus a negative 4 squared, plus y2 is 3, y1 is negative 7. 3 minus negative 7, quantity squared. Then 6 minus negative 4 gave us, okay, 3 minus negative 7 gave us. Now what are we going to do with these two numbers? We're going to square them. What's 10 squared? Okay, what's 10 squared again? And what's 100 plus 100?
200.
And what's the square root of 200? Don't say 100. It's what? How did you get that? You calculated it? So do you guys know how to find the square root using your calculator?
Yes.
Do we need to talk about it again just to be safe?
No.
Let's talk about it just to be safe. You hit second. You hit x squared. It gives you the square root. You type in the number 14.1. Heather, give your team a point. Does everybody understand how we got there? Wasn't a calculator on your supply list. So do you think you're going to need it? We just kind of proved that, right? Crazy. All right, now we are going to come to this page, 4B. And it says find the distance between the given pair of points using the coordinate plane. Do you think you could do CE without me? Maybe? Okay, well, let's label the coordinate for CE. Tell me what C is. What is this coordinate?
-3.
-3, -4. Because remember, we do X then Y. All right, what's E? And what's D?
Negative 3, 3.
Give your team a point. Alright, I want everybody to do CE without me and then pause. CE and then pause. You're just doing number 1 and then pausing. Does everybody understand? What number are we doing? Can you find these coordinates without just copying my paper? We should, please. Okay. Good luck. May the force be with you. Can we all pause for a second and look at the board and make sure that you have that? Make sure that you have the points written down, labeled x1, y1, x2, y2, and your distance formula. And then keep working if you do. We're not in a race. No judgment. All God's children. Are you done? Look at you go. Ainsley, are you done? Ma'am? Awesome. It's been so long since you've done this problem? Like a minute ago? But okay. Do we want to walk through it again together? There's no judgment if we need to walk through it again. Okay. That's why we're practicing. Do you see what you should do differently next time?
You were like X2 minus X1. Then I looked at that one and you had X1 and Y1 together. And I was like,
Yes, baby. So we write coordinates.
I know that now.
We write coordinates with x1, y1, and then our formula, we put our x's together and then our y's together. So there's two different parts of the problem. That's okay that you got confused on that. Make sure that you have yours plugged in like mine. Make sure it's plugged in like mine.
Where was the square root sign on this one? You got the T30. I can't see my eyes. You get 50, you will lose your eyesight.
So you would hit whatever it is. If it was okay, and then hit that button.
Getting older.
I wasn't excited. I watched it in the dark and I watched it in the bright.
What are they rounding it to?
The nearest tenth. All right, did everybody get to the square root of 98? Right here. What'd you do? Did you do 4 minus negative 3 and you got 7? Okay, because and that's going to be a common mistake that y'all make. Watch your negatives. That's going to change the whole problem. So if you didn't watch your negatives, go back and correct it real quick. And then, what's the square root of 98 there? 9.9. So I want you to round to the nearest tenth. What'd you say, Cameron?
So when it's 3 minus negative 4 becomes 3 minus 4.
No, 3 minus negative 4 becomes 7 because it's minus a negative. You do have to watch your negatives. That is very, very, very important. Okay, I feel like we need to do another one together. Y'all are scaring me. It's okay. I just have real high expectations and expect you to get it like that. I need to slow down. What? Yes, we're going to work out number 2 on 4C. All right, so we know that the coordinates for C, does everybody have one written down before we go any further? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay. So for number 2, I'm going to work it out on the next page so we have room. Everybody go to the next page and let's work out number 2 together. This is 4C. And number 2 was the distance between C and D. So I want the distance of segment CD. Now, first what I want you to do is I want you to look at the paper and tell me what the coordinate for C is. Okay. And what's the coordinate for D? For D? Negative 3, 3. Okay, I need us to get on the same page, y'all. Now, everybody write this down. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Are we ready now? We're just writing like 4 letters and 4 numbers. Come on, y'all. Now, we're finding the distance. So label this x1, y1, x2, y2. The reason we do that is because this is a coordinate. This is our first coordinate, so it's x1, y1. This is our second coordinate, so it's x2, y2. Is everybody with me? Okay, now we're going to write the distance formula. D equals the square root of x2 minus x1 quantity squared. We're just writing the formula. Am I done with the formula? What do I need to write now? Y2 minus y1 quantity squared. Take a point. All right, what goes in the x2 spot? Are we ready or do I need to pause? Curtis. Little judgment. Queen, I can judge. Are you ready? Okay. All right. Almost? Sweet potato, what you got right down? Okay. All right, here we go. Everybody should be ready at this point now. All right, what is x2? So what am I going to write in the spot of x2? Okay. And then I'm going to put a minus sign. Is everybody with me? What is x1? Should it be minus a negative or just minus 3? Minus a negative. Y'all got to stop chewing gum in this room. I see a bunch of cows out there just chewing cud. You got to stop. Yeah, it's not pleasant. All right, what is y2? Okay. Minus, what is y1? So is it minus 4 or minus a negative 4? Minus a negative 4 quantity squared. Does everybody's look like mine? Do I need to zoom in? I don't know what those words were. Okay, now what is negative 3 minus negative 3? 0. Why is it 0? Because it's minus a negative, and that becomes a plus, right? And negative 3 plus 3 is 0. So we have 0 squared. Plus, what is 3 minus negative 4?
7.
All right, what is 0 squared? 0. So we don't need that anymore, do we? What is 7 squared? Do I need to pause?
No.
I will pause.
Thank you, Ms. Ray.
Hey, no judgment, guys, remember? That's what y'all told me. Queen can, not y'all. Curtis, for the love, child. Alright, what is the square root of 49? So what's our answer? Dun da da dun.
Whoa!
That's it.
That's great.
That's all you have to do. Can you please do number 3 without me? Do number 3 without me. Y'all got 2 minutes. Do number 3. 2 minutes. I'm going to put the timer on the board.
You got 2 minutes. Just worry about the 2 minutes.
Let's go, let's go.
Such a weird.
Super fast. A minute and 28 seconds.
Are you done?
Take a point for your team.
Yes, you do. Check. Okay. Are you done with number 3? Because that's what we're working on. Well, it's not. Come on. How you doing, baby? Let's see how long we got.
$37 seconds.
It looks so pretty.
No, you didn't. 7 seconds. All right, pencils down, pencils down, pencils down. For number 3, it was DE, and you had -3, 3, and 4, 3, right? Did you guys label it X1, Y1, X2, Y2? Did I ask you to do that? Pretty sure I said to do it every time, right? Even if you think you're a ninja?
I am a ninja.
You are a ninja in training. When you can pass my class for 2 years in a row, then you'll be a ninja.
I'm a ninja.
You haven't passed yet, Tater Tot. So X2 is 4 minus a -3 squared plus 3 minus 3 squared. All right? 4 minus -3 is? 3 minus 3 is? 7 squared is? And the square root of 49 is? Yay! Did everybody get it right? If everybody got it right, give your team a point. All right, midpoint. Are we ready? Midpoint. Now, wait, before I go any further, do we have any questions on distance formula? Can you do distance formula without me? Are we sure? Maybe?
99%.
All right, midpoint formula. What does midpoint mean? The middle. So if I give you 2 coordinates, how would you find the middle? You chop it in half, and that means you divide by what? Look at us go. Take a point. So the midpoint formula is actually a giant set of a coordinate. And it's when you use 2 points. And it looks like this. You take your x's and you add them together. Divide by 2. Magic. You take your y's and you add them together. And then you divide by 2. That's it. That's all you do. You add and then divide. Isn't it easy?
Oh, that's so. Wow.
Are we ready to practice? No? Okay, let's look at our problem down here. It says find the coordinates M of the S of the okay, let me just try again. I don't know. Find the coordinates of M, which is the midpoint of ST. Now, it almost looks like it's on that dot, but what if it's not? So, let's find ST. What are the coordinates for S?
3, -2,
Okay. What are the coordinates for T?
-1.
Take a point. Now, should we label them?
Yes.
Yes, every single time. Bless you. Are you allergic to my room today?
No, I'm just really sick.
Oh, okay. Thank you for coming to school to infect the rest of us. All right, so midpoint. We add our x's together. So we do 3 plus -1, and then what do we do with them? Divide by 2. Take a point. What do we do with our y's? And then we take a point. Can you get it together, please? Thank you so much.
Doesn't matter which order we put in.
No. But it says x1, x2. So I would just use the formula every time. All right, what's 3 plus -1? And what's 2 divided by 2? Look at us go. What is -2 plus 4? And what's 2 divided by 2? That's it. That's all you do. So what's easier, midpoint or distance?
Midpoint.
All right, can you find the midpoint of BG?
I can't see.
Find the midpoint of BG, label the coordinates, find the midpoint, and then tell me where we should plot E. Oh, come on, Blair. Move the paper. Should you write down the coordinates first? Those used to be my initials.
Oh, Blair College.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Pardon?
When did you get here?
What year is this? So, 2.5 years ago? I think? Yeah, 2.5 years ago.
Is that fair?
Yo.
I'm the judge. How come you don't know what year?
She's a time traveler.
I am.
She got lost.
Yep.
So she's supposed to come next year.
She's usually.
Are y'all ready to talk about this problem? Or do we need another moment?
We need another minute or 10
No. That'll be crazy.
or an hour.
I think you may get a fraction this time, so if you do, don't freak out. Can you check with your neighbor when you're done? It's so warm in here. The air is on, baby. The air is on.
My glasses off for me before I had it because she was so hot.
I thought my eyes, last period, I thought my eyes were messed up from getting clipped. Then, but my head didn't really find it tight. So it made my head hurt.
All kinds of judgment. All kinds of judgment.
My eyes were hurting for a good 10 minutes. And I was like, dang, I did that been over. And I was like, oh.
All right, so I got negative 1/2 3. Did you get negative 1/2 3?
Yes.
Why? What happened?
Isn't it a -2 for B?
It is. It is. So if that, thank you, take a point. So it's negative 2 plus 4, which gives you 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. All right, so negative 1/2 1. Is that better? Right. For your x, it's negative 4 plus 3. So negative 4 plus 3 puts us at negative 1.
I'll be doing I did 3.
No, it's not a distance formula. We're adding this time. All right, homework tonight. Homework tonight. Since we didn't get to do constructions, we'll do those tomorrow. Homework tonight is this page. Would you like to go ahead and have your study guide so you can start working on it? Okay. Yes. So this is your homework problem, and then I would start on your study guide. Tomorrow we will go over the study guide and do constructions. What do you have to turn in to me by the end of the day? This one page, segment addition postulate page that looks like this.
What do you classify at the end of the day?